Hey, Royaire.
Good evening, Auntie. How you doing?
How you doing? Listen, our boo turned 61 the other day.
Happy belated birthday, Auntie Wendy. We love you.
Guys, okay, love you, Wendy. Listen, maybe I need to get me a colored chair. Let me think about getting me a chair.
Oh my God. Listen. Don't get me hyped this kind of because you know I'm always here for a big theme, okay? Come on
Okay,
now.
I'm gonna have to get me a real nice chair to be doing this thing to really get it in and whatever the case may be.
Come on,
Listen, people, we here for reunion part 2 of RHOA. Okay, we're doing our recap. There was the Sweet 16 season 16, episode 19. And listen, it was supposed to be Sweet 16, but Cynthia said Sweet 16 wasn't so sweet. But we'll get into it, okay? And this is a recap with Diva and Royaire. Please do us a favor because we're streaming on both our channels. Normally, when Royaire and I are doing a show together, we are streaming on both our channels. So we would really appreciate it. Miss Wilson, I don't have an Amazon wish list, but you better talk to me. Email me, tell me, do I need to be doing a little something?
Well, I got one. Look.
Okay, well, boy, you got one. Well, yeah. Oh, they said, wait, Burly Girl said, tell them about your Amazon wish list. Do a chair, paisley in the colors of your room. That's why I like y'all. That's why I like y'all. Okay, I'm gonna figure this thing out. But I need me an extra ridiculous chair, okay? In the name of Wendy Williams, I need me a ridiculous chair.
It gotta be big and grand.
It gotta be big and grand. Big and grand. But so we're streaming on both channels. So please do us a favor. If you're not a subscriber already on Royaire's World, go over there and subscribe. Same if you're not a subscriber in my world, come over here and subscribe. But do us a favor and hit the like button on both our channels. It will help us out greatly, and we truly appreciate it. Okay. And do put comments in the comment section because that helps us also. So much appreciated. So in this episode,
hit that share button, share with your lovers, share with your haters, share with everybody. Period.
Share. And this was about, this was mostly about Shamea and Porsha, which was so sad. And Angela and Phaedra, and their piece was just messy. Okay. So I don't know. Go ahead, Royaire. What do you want to say?
I don't have notes, so you'll have to start me off.
Oh, yeah. I'll start off. Oh no, I thought you just wanted to say like a general opening. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm sorry. Yes. Hi, everybody. Look, I was trying to sit here and write stuff that I'm remembering. Like, okay. Yes, good evening, everybody. It's a marvelous Monday. We are here to recap. Make sure you hit the like button, share, and yes, it's a marvelous day. Oh, Diva, I was going to save this to the end, but I just want to get out here and say it. We are sending our prayers and condolences to the Warner family. Malcolm Jamal Warner, unfortunately, passed away over the weekend at the age of 54. So we are sending our thoughts and prayers. Please leave positive thoughts and prayers in the comment section, and just everybody remember life is so short, and we got to love our loved ones, love our enemies, love everybody every day, okay? Because you never know when that last day is going to be. He was just such a powerful effect in our acting community, being a young Black man on the biggest Black television show on TV at that time and still making ratings to this day. And so, he played Theo. He had his show Malcolm and Eddie. I was recently watching him in 911 with Angela Bassett. He had a reoccurring role in that. So it was just like, oh my God, just really, really, really sad. So
very sad. So yeah, thank you for that, Roy. Yeah, I grew up watching the Cosby Show, and so I'm 1 year older than Malcolm. May he rest in peace because he's leaving behind a wife and a daughter, and it's just very sad. Go ahead.
Yes, Ms. Wilson, The Residence was great. Oh my God, that was really good. Man, so good. But that's why we gotta appreciate the people that we love and appreciate while they're here, because once they're gone, that's it. So
And Burly Girl, I am with you 100%. Are you hearing some feedback on
I
me?
am now. It literally just started.
Yeah, what was that? But really, girl, I'm 100% agree with you. No matter what Bill Cosby did, the show is iconic and definitely a classic,
Yeah.
right? So, rest in peace, Malcolm. Left behind a great body of work, and I'm so sorry for your family and friends and your daughter and your wife. All right, so let's get into this. So we open up and we still talking this Angela Phaedra thing where Angela is saying that Phaedra hired the guy that came to the event where Kelly and Charles was cooking, and said, I know your husband has been cheating. And so Angela did a whole investigation, dragged Drew into the investigation, and pretty much told Phaedra, you knew the man, you hired the man because he said you hired him, right? And and she said, because the guy knows your brother and went to school, and you and his sister and this one went to school together. It was just a whole bunch of, it was foolery. It was just a waste of my time and my eyes watching. I only kept watching for y'all. So that went on for a whole hot minute. And then Phaedra actually uses Portia's phone to call her brother. And her brother actually picked up the phone. She said, yeah, he gonna pick up. She said, hey, John. She said, hey, what's up? And Cynthia said, tell him he's being recorded. And, she said, being recorded. They asked about this guy. They asked about the lady. He said, and this is true. There are some people that are my Facebook friends, and I'm like, who that?
Yes. Social media in general, like
that part. You may remember at the time, and then later on, you like, who's that again? When you see them do a post, right? You got to remind yourself who it is. So just to say they Facebook friends, I don't know. I feel like Angela is out of place with this whole situation. I don't know. I just feel like she's out of place. So we got to go back and forth with that. Angela calling Phaedra a liar. It was just a whole hot mess to me. And then Angela said to Phaedra, that Phaedra gave her the guy's full name and where he worked and all that information. And that is why, she's claiming that Phaedra knows more than she said she was going to know, right? And so Drew says she was at the interrogation and the guy seemed like he was a little scared or whatever. And Phaedra was looking at like, come on, right? And then they went and did a little round table asking everybody, who do y'all think did it? And, Cynthia said she don't know who did it. Kelly said she didn't know. Angela came, Phaedra gave the guy, all the guy's information. So that's why Phaedra knows. I'm going to just stop there so you could talk about that little clip it real quick. I just thought it was absolutely insanely ridiculous. I will go a little bit on with Angela's story. Matter of fact, I'll go a little bit on with Angela's story. Angela, she says she's probably perimenopausal, and that's why she needs the fan all the time, and she's coming out with a fan line. But then she also, Angela also talked about, her mother's passing, and that her mother was bipolar. Her mother was willing to share that information online, which was interesting, but unfortunately her mother died. And to good God Almighty, Angela was dishing out $100K a month for those properties. She said actually over $100K. And if I'm not mistaken, they all went into foreclosure.
I think except for maybe three or two or something like that.
No, I think all of them went into foreclosure.
I think she said, see, on the after show, that's what I was remembering. Okay, on the after show, she was able to sell 2 of them, I think it was. She talked about that on the after show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, it was just insane, right? They talked about Shamea saying that her nose was ugly, about her nose. And she told us that in 2017, Charles actually paid for her to get a nose job, I guess. So her nose is from 2017. She says she misses her mom, and I'm sure she does, right? Everybody kind of just, cried about that. She pulled out her birth certificate because they talked about when Phaedra said she looked older than 43, and Andy confirmed her date of birth or whatever the case may be. I just think that sometimes some people just look a little bit older. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But they just don't look their age, so to speak. They look just a little bit older than their age. It's not that serious. It's not that big of a deal, right? Because Angela does have like an older look to her, if you ask me, right? So Angela tells Drew. Angela talked to Drew about. I think the guy lied, and Angela didn't want to admit it. I think the guy lied, and Angela don't want to admit it. If Angela would just say she don't really know if he was telling the truth or not. Yeah, but the thing is, I think he lied too. Because it like Phaedra said, there's a guest list. How did he get on the guest list? It wasn't Phaedra's event.
Exactly.
So that whole thing is just, yeah. And I wonder if it was Kelly, but since she has an alliance with Kelly now, she's accepting it. So where was I at? I lost my train of thought here.
You were talking about Drew and Angela's friendship situation when it came to the guy.
So they was pretty much they was pretty much saying that. So Angela felt that towards the end, she felt like she always had Drew back, but towards the end, Drew kind of left out there high and dry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, after that, Royaire is pretty much. It wasn't much more.
Yeah, so I can work with that. Okay. So Phaedra and Angela, that whole Phaedra and Angela situation, Diva and everyone, and let me know if y'all agree. I don't know what to believe. I don't know who lying. I don't know who telling the truth. I want to believe Phaedra, but because of the past and things that have happened with Phaedra, I can't trust it 100%. You know what? And I keep thinking that too. I really keep thinking that too, Auntie Nita. Like, every time that the situation is directed to Kelly, she just gets so goofy about it. Like, in this goofiness, it's just it's weird to me. It's very
weird. It's very weird.
Like I said, because Phaedra and her issue in the past, it's hard to trust Phaedra. We don't know Angela that well, so we can't say whether or not Angela will make up something like this or not for camera time. I mean, once you want to be on the screen, as we all know, people will do anything to, stay on this screen. Right. As Phaedra already said, she already had her contract. So what real reasoning would she have to do this? She was only there for 10 days of filming. It's hard to exactly pinpoint and say that Phaedra did this specifically. So I can't fall for that. But, only time will tell. Her calling her brother Jacques, Jacques said that he don't know the chick. He got Facebook friends with everybody. And see, that's the other thing now as well too, Diva. You can follow people on Facebook and, they be your friend, but you not actually be friends with them.
Yeah.
It's a very sticky situation with that whole situation. We go to high school with a bunch of people. It's a bunch of people that I have went to high school with, but I don't know them. I know them from high school, because we're in the same vicinities together, but we don't know one another. So the evidence that Angela was providing, it just didn't stand strong enough for me to be like, yes, Phaedra did this without a shadow of a doubt. There was doubt in the situation. So I can't say that Phaedra did this. This whole situation with Angela and Drew determining, whether or not she felt she was there or not there for Angela. Based off of a viewer's opinion, I don't really know what more they wanted Drew to do. She showed up with Angela to ask the questions. She went and got the guy. I don't ever remember seeing Drew disappear once the gentleman came. From what I remember, she was standing there holding his hand and rubbing his hand the whole time, saying, it's going to be okay. Just say what it is. Now, maybe my memory is misremembering, but
when she left, but she left when it was getting stupid. And how about this? Why are you mad at her for leaving? Your husband left.
Your husband left and told you that he was not doing this foolishness with you.
Yeah. Like, what? Like, he told you he ain't trust you.
Girl.
Okay? He told you he ain't trust you. So I'm sitting there watching the reunion. I'm like, yo, you mad at her, but your husband left. He the one you sleep in the bed with. So make that make sense. And she was like, trust me. He said, no, I ain't trusting you. And he left. And listen, and after that, he apologized because she showed on her Instagram. After that, he went on a whole podcast talking about he just woke up married. I'm paraphrasing.
No, that is exactly what he said. That is exactly what he said. And I was like, are we watching the same? And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, sir.
I was like, this is what she's married to.
I mean, but this is in my personal opinion, from men that I have experienced, or that I know around his age, they are very just nonchalant like this. Like, I don't know.
He different. He different.
Yeah. But if she liked it, I love it for her. Listen, we can't tell nobody how they want to love.
Yeah, she's a good 10 years under me. He's different.
And Charles is
he older than her? Is he older than her?
Yeah, he's 60 something, right? Because he was like a year younger than the mama. He a year younger than the mama. Remember?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Or a year older or something like that. So yeah, Charles is very of an older generation that they just, look, half of them men was cheating on their wives anyway. So
now wait, do you know how sometimes when couples are together so long, they haven't been together that long, but you know what I'm saying? People start to say they start to look alike.
Yes.
Maybe that's why she's looking a little older, because her husband's a little older. I'm just saying, right? You so crazy. I can't with you. You about to make me spit out my water.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah.
You crazy.
So
you
true.
Crazy.
People do say that.
Yeah, the people say that. Wait, no, hold on. Let's see this real quick.
Mm-hmm. See, don't bring up no foolishness.
Wait.
Hey y'all, I heard there's a question that people want to know. My daughter is telling me. Mari, what's the question?
The question is, how did you and Charles get married, and what was the build up to that? Seems like everybody's curious.
Oh my gosh, where did this question come from?
You know what they say, never give a man a mic.
Charles was behind a mic.
Someone let him out.
Oh no! Go get Charles.
Let me go get him.
Go get Charles. The people want to know, how do we get married?
Charles.
Oh, Charles, baby.
Charles, your lunch is ready.
Question the people want to know.
Find the one where he came up, because he came up and said something. I don't know where it's at. I'm gonna find it.
It's not in that video.
I didn't think so, because she was repeating herself.
Hey y'all, I heard there's a question that people want to know. My daughter is telling me. Mari, what's the question?
The question is, how did you and Charles get married, and what was the build up to that? Seems like everybody's curious.
Oh my gosh, where did this question come from?
You know what they say, never give a man a mic.
Charles was behind a mic.
Someone let him out.
Oh no! Go get Charles.
Let me go get him.
Go get Charles. The people want to know, how do we get married?
Charles.
Oh, Charles, baby.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's the way I gotta find it. I don't know if she took it down, but he did come and respond.
Okay. Well, so they talked about that. Drew, it was what it was. I felt like Drew stuck around long enough for the whole situation to play out. After, he said what he said, it was nothing really staying around for. So, it was what it was. Your own husband walked out on you. So why would you expect this chick to walk like, girl, get over yourself? Angela's mom passing, that was truly sad, but I do love when she mentioned that her mom, they went on this journey together because mom wanted to share her story of being bipolar and being able to overcome that. I've been kind of talking to you about a situation with bipolar, ism, and I would have loved to see that story kind of unfold on TV. I think that would have been very interesting to learn about that and to hear about it and to make it a visible conversation, because it is happening in so many families that people, do have members that experience bipolarism. And I feel like they play it down so much, the stigma of it. But I thought it would have been a beautiful story to be able to see and hear about on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I thought that was a very touching moment.
Oh, wait, Roya, I was right. She said Charles did originally appear at the end of the clip. She edited him out. Now I wonder why she edited him out. They got a messy relationship.
It's very messy.
But I told y'all that in the beginning, and y'all was fighting me. The whole season, y'all fought me. Y'all just said he was different.
To me, I just feel like this is old man behavior. It's giving old man behavior to me.
Okay. All right, I can accept what you're saying.
Yeah, it's giving old.
He don't really like her behavior.
Well,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I fool with you sometimes. Go ahead.
So, they also addressed her whole daughter situation in regards to her daughter, getting married, without her knowing. I thought that was still very interesting to me, especially if your mother already knew about your sexuality, especially if your mother knew that y'all had been together since the age of 17, even though she didn't want you to get married. It was just very behooving to me now that Angela has kind of given us the whole rollout of that, knowing that they've been together since the age of 17, knowing, that you like her. I don't understand why the daughter didn't share that information with her. I thought it was very questionable as well when Andy asked Angela, did her and her daughter have a good relationship? She did not say whether or not they have a good relationship. She said, I love my daughter. And so I was still kind of waiting for that answer to come out too. So for me, with this whole Angela situation, there's a lot of question marks around Angela for me.
Yeah.
Her marriage, her relationship with her daughter. We still got this sister that you don't get along with. We need Angela back for season 2 because I need some answers. And I need to see this relationship unfold some more. We need to get to know Charles more. You know who Charles also reminds me of?
Who? Peter.
He come in the scene. He do what need to be done.
Wreck havoc, and then leave. You know what's funny? Because listen, you are correct. Okay, I can get with you. I'm just on your train now, Roy. I can get with you. You know what? You are correct. Because he used to tell Cynthia talk to Cynthia all kind of sideways.
All kinds of stupidness. Like all kinds of crazy.
Listen, and Peter said, not to get us all sidetracked, but Peter said, and I didn't watch the whole interview yet. I got to go watch it. But Peter has said in the Nene Leakes interview that the reason why him and Cynthia broke up because she didn't back him up. And he said he got mad because she never told him that the sister and the mother hid the marriage license. Peter's so petty.
Petty and stupid. What you mean she didn't back you up? When Bar None went down and what was the first bar that he had on TV and Cynthia put her money in and it got shut down. Sir, goodbye. She was backing you financially. Sit down somewhere, Peter. Stop it.
That's why the mother and sister didn't want you to get married. But yeah, he sure did. He cut a fool. And I don't understand. Listen, I don't want to see nobody behind bars just because of no taxes. But he got sentenced, and I don't understand how he's still free. He's still chilling. I thought he was supposed to turn himself in. We gotta investigate. Maybe he said it in an interview. Whoever saw that interview with Nene Leakes and Peter, did he mention in there? Do he have to go to jail or that's over?
I don't know. I got through maybe the first 20 minutes, and I was like, "This is getting on my nerves." I don't know.
You had enough of it.
It just.
Yeah, petty Peter. Peter is petty.
Yes. Nene, I have watched several of her interviews.
Okay.
And I like Nene. Nene is Nene, okay? I don't have no personal issues with Nene.
Right.
But I don't think she has strong interviewing skills.
Okay.
And it bores me. She asks dumb questions. And maybe not dumb questions, but the way she asks the questions. Yeah.
You're not feeling it yet.
I'm not. Carlos King and it's Nene Leakes.
Yeah. So, but she's doing well because I think the last one. Yes, she is. The last time I saw that interview, I saw the thing, I didn't go in it. I think it was 173K views.
Oh, it was 190K views, but she got 600,000 views when she interviewed Cynthia. It's at 600,000 something. Her highest viewing video on her channel because I looked.
Oh, okay. Well, you better do the research.
I checked it out, baby. I was like, oh, okay, Cynthia, we see you. You know, I'm
mad at you, boo.
with
Okay.
Cynthia here these days
But
lately.
you know I love you. Know I love Cynthia.
Yes.
You know I love Pity. You know I love Pity set. Okay. You know I love Pity.
But yes, you know that Angela, you know, I do want her to come back season 2. I really want to see her storyline unfold. I really want to know about this relationship with her and Charles more. And you know, she's got so much more to share with us. So I'm here for it. I'm here for Angela.
I'm here.
Those are my thoughts on that. You know, definitely want Phaedra to come back as well. Phaedra really
Oh
didn't.
no, excuse me. My spot is secured, honey.
Look, Cynthia and Porsha said, no, she had a guaranteed contract, baby. Okay, that was not it. So.
Yeah. She said, I ain't need to come here, do no shenanigans, act stupid, whatever. I was good whether I showed up or didn't show up, bull. So then she changed it and said, oh, you like to just produce everything. Angela, go sit down. Your whole reunion so far has fell flat.
And I didn't like how she tried to bring up old stuff back on Phaedra. The past is nasty. Don't worry about what happened with her and Porsha.
You wasn't here.
Even if you were there, if Porsha and Phaedra are good, why are you bringing it up? They have moved past it, so why are you worried about it? Yeah, but
thanks, Mars. I see you, Savannah, Katrina. Yeah, so Phaedra did, you know, shady Andy, because Andy was like, well, Phaedra, you came to this reunion, but why you didn't come?
Messy.
Like they come to marry the medicine. You know, Phaedra, she speaks well, and that girl know how to. She know what to say. She a lawyer for real, because she know how to say what to say and when to say it, right? Because she was like, you know, because they didn't appreciate me over there. And anyway, originally I was a housewife. She said originally I was a housewife. So. And they didn't appreciate me or my talents over there and what I brought to the table. So I didn't show up and I came here. Okay. And then they talked about how she helped Britt out, you know, when they was on a trip or whatever the case may be. And she said, yeah, I was just trying to help her out to be friendly. Then Shamea had to jump in. You know, Shamea, because I'm sick of Shamea, but I'm trying to hang in there because Shamea is beautiful and she's giving us face. She's giving us body. She's giving us skin, right? Beautiful skin. And that's the only reason right now why I'm still hanging in there with Shamea, because I'm not liking what I see. And I do feel like Shamea is not telling a lot of the truth. I think the truth, I don't know if the truth is in her. Okay. So I'm just saying, because it just, a lot of Shamea stuff don't add up. You know, when so Shamea jumps in when they talked about, you know, helping out Brent on camera, because Porsha said that's the first time she saw anybody help somebody on camera. She said off camera, people have spoken to her to say, listen, don't crash out. And she said, but in real time, you know, Phaedra helped Britt on camera to tell her, don't crash out. And then they wanted to say the other side of the couch was like, well, Shamea did the same thing. And Shamea, this, that, and the other. You know, we just talked to her off the screen or whatever the case may be. And, you know, but Shamea took that opportunity to say, why does everybody, you know, okay with people helping Britt, but they want to shade the relationship between her and Porsha? I felt like, you know, Shamea came in there with this old stuff. But anyway, so Porsha was asked why she can give grace to Phaedra but not Shamea. And she said the difference is time. And she said, hopefully in time, me and Shamea can get back to where we could get back to. They cut for a little break. They take their little lunch break. And in the lunch break, Shamea spoke to her husband. And she said when she get back out there, she gonna speak her piece, because she hasn't been able to really speak yet, right? Angela husband shows up. Dennis shows up. You know what? Dennis is good TV. And he a good baby daddy. Can we take a moment of pause and give it up for Dennis?
Dennis a liar. He be lying too much for me. I don't know.
Woo! Dennis showed up. Dennis is in the building, okay? So Dennis is in the building. Speak to Porsha, okay. Shamia goes to Kelly room. They eat lunch together. They mad that Britt didn't show up. And yada yada who with those two. Okay. So when they come back on the stage, Andy talks about how Kenya tweeted about disappointed for not being there for Sweet 16, and I'll see y'all back on Bravo soon. To be honest with you, I'm not, if they want to give Kenya a check again, let them give Kenya a check again. But I don't really miss her because I think Kenya is stuck in the old ways of how RHOA went, and she needs to get with a new program. She's still doing that old stuff. She's too old to be like beefing with the girls the way that she is. She needs to take a page out of Cynthia's book. And then I think she would do much better, right? Then they talked. He also mentioned what Britt tweeted about not being at the reunion. And then Shamea felt like she talked about how, yes, he is great TV. Porsha Family Matters was gold. It was gold. I watched every single episode. Ocean's Dreaming. I think me, you, and a couple other people was the only ones that was totally into that thing. We was sync, okay? He had me going. Porsha allegedly fought his mother. They all tried to cover it up the next day. And the auntie said straight up, she said, Porsha told us to shut our mouth. Listen, that show was gold, okay? Put Porsha and Dennis on that TV, and y'all gonna get reality TV for real, for real. But let me carry on. So, Shamea talks about how she feels that Britt knew early on that the pictures were not of her, but she just went ahead and kept carrying on, I guess, to have a storyline. And he talked about how Britt felt Kenya had something against her. Angela says she asked the question at her party about, so that Kenya and Britt could speak about not, liking each other or what's going on between them. She says she wrote the question so that the conversation could happen. Well, she saw the conversation went left. But anywho, after that conversation, things were never the same on Sweet 16 because Kenya got the boot and Britt just went wild. So Cynthia took slack. He talked to Cynthia. He said, you got a lot of backlash from not standing by Kenya. And see, Cynthia is grown. Mm-hmm. Cynthia said, you know what? I'm not going to stand by what's wrong, and I don't care who you are. You could be my daughter, who this one, that one, whatever. She said what Kenya did was wrong. And even Porsha said Kenya knew she was wrong because she called me and said it, right? She said what Kenya did is wrong, but she said what I don't understand about Kenya is Kenya speaking to everybody but me. And she said it's sad.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. What was you going to say?
And she didn't even just say that Kenya was wrong. She also said that Britt was wrong too. She said, I'm on nobody's side. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about Cynthia. She is acknowledging that both parties played a part in the situation. And we're not here for nobody. We are holding each and every person accountable for what they did. And that's what grown, mature people do. They hold people accountable for the mistakes and the choices that they choose to make. Shout out to Cynthia.
Shout out to Cynthia. So she said, I'm team what is right.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you don't do that to a woman, no matter who the woman is. And I agree with her. So, it is. And Andy had to throw out there, I guess, for public consumption that, there was an investigation on both sides. Andy, whatever, we know. Okay. And then Porsha throws in that Kenya says she got the pictures from a castmate. Mm-hmm. And then Shamea was like, well, what was the castmate? Okay. And then when it said Drew be having the dumbest responses. It reminds me of Sheree. Remember, Sheree responses never matched the question at hand. So
spring summer.
Right. That's why they shaded Kelly and was like, oh, when your restaurant open is spring. But so Drew was like, this the first time I'm hearing this. Don't put my name in it. I was like, oh God, this is a waste of part 2, but it is what it is. And I told you about how she felt. Now, I hold off the Shamea because the rest of this is all about
Shamea. This portion of Shamea. Let's deal with this real quick.
Yeah, let's deal with this. Yeah.
Okay, so Phaedra's back home. Welcome back to the Peaches, Phaedra. We missed you. We glad to have you back. Hopefully next season that you'll film the whole season, we'll get a little bit more out of you. So shout out to Phaedra. You know, Phaedra in the whole Brit situation, when they addressed Phaedra helping out Brit, I really think the help from Phaedra, in my opinion, more so came from Phaedra and Brit sharing best friends. If you guys recall, earlier this season, Phaedra shared with us that her and Brit share a best friend mutually. And so I think that was kind of more so of why, as she did say, you know, she seen that Brit was kind of taking that downfall. But also when you kind of share a mutual friend, you always want to make sure you kind of look out for that other person if you kind of know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's where a little bit of, you know, the whole situation with Phaedra came. But, you know, I thought it was also interesting, too, that Shamea kind of threw this in the pot as well. And for me, I think it was to kind of to deflect and take the spotlight off of her. When she said that, you know, well, while you was over here trying to defend, what's her name? Brit, you were trying to defend Brit and take care of Brit. She was talking about you behind your back and talking about Apollo and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, Shamea, that has nothing to do with why you said the things that you said about Brit, because the original conversation was you shading her about her donation situation, you and your comments, you know, when y'all had your run-in at the end of your musical situation. Like, I just really felt like that Shamea was dodging a lot of bullets and trying to sway bullets opposite ways of her to not really deal with the questions at hand that came coming to her. You know, and then you want to try to shout out that you tried to help Brit. When did you try to help Brit? I don't recall on camera that you ever tried to help Brit. You know, there was always this close connection between you and Kelly. And then when you and Kelly got cool enough, y'all pretty much kicked Brit to the curb. You yourself said that you invited Kelly and Brit and Porsha into this whole, what was it called? Alliance. You invited them into this alliance. Well, I'm confused on if she's in your alliance, why are you continuing to have issues with this individual, especially when you're talking about your best friend to her? I just feel like Shamea was just doing a lot of ducking and dodging from situations that knew she was wrong in handling. I thought also,
Royaire, she was lying.
There you go. Because it was also interesting to me that when they brought up this whole, you know, situation again with Candy and Phaedra falling out, you bringing up this situation of Phaedra saying things about you sleeping with Candy and all of this stuff. It's the fact, as Cynthia said, you try to play up like you're not mad about these things, but then you go places and talk about these people in these situations, but then you talk to Phaedra and y'all are good. It was just really this back and forth. And so I really understand where Porsha is kind of coming from now. Not to say that Porsha is innocent in this situation at all, because she's played a part in it too. But Shamea, you're just not as innocent as you're playing to be, okay? And I wrote down in my notes, I feel like she's playing victim, Diva. And she's not really a victim. You're the fake victim.
Yeah, she is.
We cut for lunch, you know, and what really stood out to me during lunch was this scene with Shamea, Kelly, and Angela. You acting confused, like you don't know why Portia's so upset, as if you haven't been saying things about Porsha. This whole season long, you and Angela have been going back and forth because you claim you didn't say things to Angela. But then when you get in the dressing room with Angela, you reference all of these issues and things that you and Porsha had, and you talk. It was just a whole mess to me. I don't understand this Kelly Shamea friendship along with Angela. It's just very messy. It was very, very messy. You know, Kenya not being there, I'm going to stand with what I said earlier this season. Once we found out, you know, about this whole Brit Edie situation, Kenya should have been invited to the reunion because this is boring. We weren't able to get any answers out of Brit because she didn't show up. The least you could have done was brought Kenya and let's shame her across the TV at least and drag her, because she was completely wrong for what she did. Of course, she gonna give her excuses and all. I feel like it would have been a better reunion if one of them would have showed up. Britt obviously didn't come, so
Right.
Kenya should have came, and it would have been able to have an interesting conversation between Cynthia and Kenya, because it is also brought up by Cynthia that to this day Kenya is still not communicating with her. And for what? Why are you so mad at this girl? Why?
Well, you know what I think? Once they knew that Britt wasn't coming, they should have zoomed Kenya in.
Yes.
We don't need her. I don't need her on the couch.
Oh, okay.
No. Because
we're gonna hang up a TV for her on
yeah, we're gonna zoom her in, and then when we done with her piece of it, we say, okay, thank you, Kenya. Thank you for your services.
Girl, I was just like,
zoom her in.
Yeah.
But
and then the whole situation with Britt, and this is what I was saying earlier this season as well. If you knew that those pictures were not you, why would you continue to film and allow them to roll with this narrative that these were you on the pictures?
See, so we have to go by who with Shamea's words, and Shamea is not known to tell the truth.
Okay.
That's the only part.
I just can't imagine. Now, this is just me.
Right.
Me hearing that there are pictures out here that, okay, you at this event, right, Diva?
Mm-hmm.
And you come to me and be like, Royaire, let me tell you, I've seen these pictures of you at this event. My first response is going to be, where are the pictures? And I'm going through hell and high water to see these pictures. Because you're not going to be out here having me in pictures and have me looking like a fool. Go ahead and play this video and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Mary, we had a good time in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, we planned to go to Vegas. Yeah, we planned to get married, actually. Yeah. You remember that?
We went to Vegas, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You remember that? What song did I walk down the aisle on?
Luther.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you remembered all of it.
Yeah,
Oh, do you remember asking me to get married?
Huh? Last.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Charles, the world wants to know, what's the real story of how y'all got married?
The real story? We went to Vegas.
Oh.
To Delta.
Oh, I'm hot. Oh.
And had a great time. I made a comment about the $1 billion question, and I thought I was drugged and just trying to be funny. It wasn't, some people took it, some people didn't. So
no, you're not funny. It's not funny.
No, but we had, we got married. We had a good time in Vegas.
Oh yeah, we planned to go to Vegas. Yeah, we planned to get married actually. Yeah, you remember that?
We went to Vegas, yeah.
Oh yeah, you remember that? What song did I walk down the aisle on?
Luther.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you remembered all of it.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, do you remember asking me to get married?
Huh?
Child, you got to do all that with your husband. It's problematic. Okay.
Girl,
somebody said, listen. Yeah, Angie. Somebody wrote, Angie, please stop with the damage control. It looks forced, sis.
It does.
It does, right? Look, a man that always making his wife the butt of his jokes is a major red flag, and you ain't never lie. Somebody said Angela literally makes everything worse, child. So let's see.
You do. I don't know if someone who was drugged will remember that.
Drug?
Yeah.
You said we went going to get there. I said I was trying to be funny with
it. Wasn't funny.
Yeah, well,
it wasn't funny.
I'm not a comedian, so.
You're not Red Fox, no.
Red Fox. Okay.
Eddie Murphy, no.
Okay.
None of that. Yeah. It's hard out here in these streets.
Yeah, we married, so that's what,
Yeah, 8 years.
Yeah.
You lock the door every night, right? Make sure everybody in the house, right?
Yeah, try to always look at the door. Make sure it's locked. But,
you're banned from podcasts.
I'm banned from Madison Square Garden, so.
You're banned from answering any questions about
Vegas.
Vegas, okay. Yeah. But you're banned, but you can tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. July 29th, banned. Our YouTube channel will be released. You're excited?
Yeah.
You're gonna tell the whole truth about how we got married?
You can see everything.
You're gonna tell the whole truth? There wasn't no drugs. All right, y'all. We'll see you July 29th, banned. Subscribe now.
So they got a podcast coming. I need you to breathe over there. Thank you, Emmanuel, for finding that for me.
Thank you, Emmanuel. This is just oozing desperation.
It is.
This is so sad.
It
you
is.
are so insecure in your relationship that you had your man get on an Instagram video to combat what he said in another video. This is pitiful.
What platform is this band podcast on? YouTube?
I don't know, but this is wow. That really blew me. That really, really blew me. I can't believe I can't believe she did that. Me personally, Diva, I would just never give people the satisfaction of letting them think that they have gotten into my mind that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
No disrespect, but you got to be so insecure in your relationship to go this far to prove what? Like, girl.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Charles, she wouldn't have nothing. But it's tragic. I don't want to see another broken down, messed up relationship on the TV. It's like enough. We saw Drew and Ralph. Now they're being replaced by Angela and Charles. Like, and I do agree with what that one person wrote. When a husband is making the wife of the butt of all his jokes, that's a red flag. It's a red flag. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Let's see. I think that was. I don't think I had anything else to say.
All right. So
the pictures coming from Drew. I don't believe it. The pictures coming from Drew. I didn't believe it. I
don't know what to say. I'm not quite sure. I do believe he's a cast member.
Yeah, I do believe that. I just don't get mastermind from Drew. Like, Drew, she just don't, to me, she don't seem that mastermindful to kind of
find these pictures of to give it to.
Yeah. Like, I don't see that in her.
But apparently they were the wrong pictures, so I could see her doing that.
Well, in that case, yes.
Yeah, let me tell you something though. For real, Drew got a voice on her.
She does.
Drew has a beautiful voice.
Her performing the national anthem.
That's why I said that. That's exactly why I said that. Her voice is amazing.
And she's beautiful.
And she's beautiful. Now, but she needs a stylist because nothing I ever see her wear, and I'm saying this as respectfully as I can, Royaire, nothing I ever see her wear compliments her really. It's bad. And the reunion look was worse in person because it looked like a little curl was happening down the middle. I was like, Drew, you too young and too pretty for this.
It was a disaster. It was a scheme that Tom set up to come to us with the bush.
That part, okay? Listen, that's who gave them pictures, and that's who brought that man to the event. Okay. So scheme that Todd set up. Okay, they have Angela and Phaedra fighting. Then I'll go back to I didn't like the way Shamea shaded Drew about Shamea has this thing with money. And I'm starting not to like it. I thought she initially was very humble, but she has this thing with money and I'm not liking it. She shaded, whether you like Brittany or not, she shaded her with the donation to the event. And then she shaded Drew. Drew posted receipts, right? Drew posted receipts. She shaded Drew about some purse she had that's supposed to be $6,000. And she claimed that Drew had the knockoff purse. I'm like, whether she had the knockoff or the real one, what does it matter? Yeah, I'm not I'm not.
It was
Shamea, I'm leaving Shamea, right?
But like I said, it's the dodging of the bullets. You're just constantly dodging bullets because even before she brought that up, and I think it was because she was mad at Drew, because as she tried to claim, you know, Drew has a beautiful voice. I never shade Drew. I don't talk about her performances. But we seen this season how you got on the radio and dragged her about her 5 different languages and her coming up on her music career and Drew Who and all of this stuff. Like, ma'am, you talk bad about this girl. You do. And it's okay. But don't lie about it. Like, just, yeah, I don't know.
It's messy. Oh, Carlos King just did a video. And he said that after the reunion, Porsha unfollowed Shamea.
I believe it.
So those two are done right now.
For now,
like, they have a full circle moment, but for now they're done. So these last scenes, it got on my nerves because it was nothing but Shamea and Porsha, and we got absolutely nowhere. It was a 1 wedding, 2 weddings. Did Porsha come? Didn't she come? Was she sick? Was she not sick? Who talked about who mama? It was just a bunch of shenanigans for me. And I was just like, and Shamia was like, I don't play about my kids. I don't know how much you want me to say about this. She talked about Shiloh, and she talked about Shiloh and the surgeries and getting the tubes in her ear. Shamia did. And, I'm always sensitive to the kids, and I'm glad Shiloh is doing well. She said that, the first surrogate, the one we've been on the show, didn't work out. So they have another one, and she's going to try her best to have a boy for her husband. But if she don't, she said, it doesn't matter. Our marriage isn't going anywhere. He asked her, and that's how the whole Drew thing came up. Why do you always compare yourself to Drew? She tried to claim she didn't. She tried to claim she wasn't shading Drew, but she was. And Drew does have a history of misrepresenting the truth. So now all of a sudden Drew want to pull out a book I was talking about the 5 love languages, not that I speak 5 languages. Drew is so messy, but and that's when Shamea, wanted to tell about, she lied about the let me get this for you.
Yeah, so I remember that scene as well. She talked about how she lied about her 5 love languages. Drew has a song said that I can speak, or it says in the song I can speak 5 love languages and all of that. So I just thought it was, this whole Drew and Shamea situation is just so unnecessary. If we want to be honest, they brought up the comment with the lap dog, and it did give lapdog on camera. Shamea was definitely always defending Porsha, and especially from what we're kind of understanding, you were talking about Porsha behind her back as we kind of see all of this unfold. So for you to have been talking about this girl, but then you saying that you always defended her, you can't talk about somebody that didn't want to defend them in the next moment like this back and forth. It was giving lapdog behavior. It really, really was.
It was lapdog behavior, and I hate to do that, right?
Me too. I hate it, but we got to call it like we see it.
Right. And Shamea trying to act like she had Porsha in the alliance, lies, right? Shamea saying that Porsha didn't congratulate her. I think that's lies, because Porsha posted some receipts, and I accept the receipts. I don't know if anybody else does, but she posted a whole bouquet where Shamea was singing and dancing and stepping to the fact that her bestie gave her a bouquet of flowers because she got a peach. Then Porsha posted the video when she was at Shamea's first wedding. Okay. So Porsha posted some receipts, but then Shamea wanted to come back and call them fake receipts. No, Shamea, it's bad when season 1 you're proven to be a liar, because it's hard to work your way out of that, right? So that was just pressure. And she said Candy had to ask you, well, did she text you? Did she this? And she was like, yeah, but what I said was we didn't go out. Shamea, stop playing semantics here.
Right.
Don't do that. Shamea, you wanted to have stuff for a storyline. Once you got with those girls, you got the run in your mouth, and then you had to follow it through. And even when when Phaedra said, I called you when I was coming back to the show. Phaedra know how to do what she do, don't she? So she was calling the people on ahead of time. Listen, I'm about to roll back in. I know you got to pee.
Are we good? We got any problem? Because we not look. Phaedra gonna do the investigation when she come now, okay? Because she ain't coming to no foolishness.
And she ain't gonna get that. She ain't gonna have you getting down with her on the TV screen. That's why she said we had a long conversation. You never brought it up, Shamea. She said you never brought it up, Shamea. She said, did we not have a conversation? And then Shamea looking stupid. So we did, but I didn't talk about this. 1 minute you said you was over it, the next minute you still talking about it. I'm over. I'm okay that Shamea come back, but you know what? Really, she should go back down to a friend.
Not rejecting the peach. Now we move her.
Peach in half for you.
The friend role is already taken. Cynthia is the friend of the show. Okay,
so bump Cynthia back up to a full peach because she showed up and she stepped up and she showed out. Britt didn't come and they had to put her on that couch the whole time and she did it.
Cynthia has shared with us that she's not ready to come back full time right now. So unfortunately, she probably listen. She said if the check clear now, if the check is right, she'll do whatever. But she said right now she's holding out. She did say on her podcast that she really wants to give people the opportunity to miss her, and I respect that.
Sometimes you know I love Cynthia.
Those are your girls' work.
Sometimes she say the craziest things too. Cynthia, read the writing on the wall. RHOA ain't gonna be here that much longer. If they want to give you a peach for 17 season, you better take it. Miss her? Child, Cynthia, I love you, girl, but that stop. Miss her?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and she doesn't want to share her boyfriend just yet. She wants to keep that still under.
Listen, she needs to keep that still because she already had enough disastrous relationships on the TV. And you know I love Cynthia. She done had what's his name? Peter. She done had what was Mike? Mm-hmm. And Mike is out here now overjoyed getting married to some other chick. Mm-hmm. He is more excited about marrying this chick now than he was with Cynthia.
We done had Leon on the show. It was a few times Peter had to break up her and Leon going back and forth. So listen. Whew. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just, this whole Shamea and Porsha situation is terrible. It's sad. And I think the real issue is that both of them are lying about certain things and they're trying to cover up for each other and cover for themselves. So we're not really getting the truth about anything. What we do know that Porsha is telling the truth about is that Shamea has been lying about, has been talking about Porsha behind her back. She has been. As you said, she was not a part of this alliance. You didn't make her a part of this alliance. And you shared things with everybody in that group on the side of the couch that you were sitting on. You shared things with them about your friendship. Even when it came to the text message situation, you said that you didn't share her the text message. You were just talking to her about things. Ma'am, the fact of the matter is that you still shared things about your bestie with somebody that you don't know and that you're not even cool with now. Yeah, Shamea took no accountability, and I have a problem with that. You know, I just, yeah, Shamea, you disappointed me, and that's my fault because I held you to an expectation that I probably shouldn't have. But it's very disappointing. It was very disappointing. Very sad. And I hate that now their mothers are going to be even dragged into this now because we've seen at the end of that scene that they, talk about, the Instagram post and Miss Diane saying, you got to be careful who brings you the bone, and just it's messy. It's sad and it's messy. And everybody is just watching the demise of this friendship fall apart right before our faces. And it's sad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I don't have much more to say. This definitely didn't need to be 3 parts, but I'm here for the 3rd part next week, whatever. And I'm gonna see how this thing rounds up and ends out. I don't know, like I said, if they bring Kenya back, it is what it is, but I don't know how I feel about her coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see, right? We'll see what it is when it comes to Kenya and her coming back. I don't know. Yeah, I had high hopes for Shamea too. Y'all know. Listen, if y'all go back to our first recap of this Sweet 16. Yo, she had me. And
we was loving Shamea. She got me too, Diva. You know, look, it's hard to get past me.
Look at you. Yeah, she had me at Sterling Hall. Now, only to find out that she money shames. So what if Drew had a fake purse? She saved $6,000 and got it for $100. Whatever.
Listen,
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because the same way that you calling Drew a fraud and a liar, you're doing the same thing with your friendship with Porsha.
Yeah.
And if you weren't doing those things, you wouldn't be so upset when she calls you a lapdog. Because what Phaedra say? A dog don't bark at a parked car.
Yeah, Stephanie said it's housewives. It's what she said. It's housewives. Something about being rich. You know, here's the thing. And they're supposed to be rich. We already have a broke black cast on Real Housewives of Potomac. Larry must show us rich and luxury. That's funny. But you know what though? Here's the thing. Even Kelly had owed the people $100,000 at the restaurant place or whatever. You so wrong. I think it's you because the pictures wasn't Brit. Child, you know she can't get nothing right. You know, my thing is I'm not going to shame people over money. That's all. That's just my thing on that. I'm not about to shame people over money. And listen, today you can have it, and tomorrow you cannot.
Gone, baby. Okay.
You know, the person you shading today may be the person that got to give you $1 tomorrow.
Ask Kim Zolciak. You know,
you better talk about it. You better talk about it. You got to talk about it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, listen, at the end of every recap, we ask for your final thoughts and opinions via rating. Leave your ratings down below in the comment section. 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. What are you rating part 2 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion? Auntie, your rating?
I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. You know, I wasn't overwhelmed. I wasn't totally underwhelmed. I was just there. And I'm there for nostalgia, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Because if this was a new show I would have started watching, I wouldn't even have been nowhere. I would have been gone. I would have been gone. I would have been.
You would have did like we did to Tia.
That part. I would have been gone because it's a whole bunch of shenanigans and I'm over it. So, you know, for instance, what was I going to say? Who was I going to bring up? Oh, I will tell you this. It was funny that when Porsha stood up, when Phaedra stood up for lunch, she said, these panties are cutting in my thigh. That her dress, her look was just, it was just too much. And even in person, it looked too much. And I want to mention this too, Royaire. I think all of them, with the exception of Shamea, they caked on the makeup. When the camera got closer to them, the makeup was caked on. It was too much. But Shamea, I give this to Shamea all day long. Her skin is flawless.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It's a very lackluster reunion. Well, you know what? We knew Britt said it. You know, people can hate her again, but she said there's no reunion without Britt.
She said what she said.
She said what she said. Because, you know, they was all waiting. They was waiting on her because they was going to pounce on her something fierce. She trumped them. She gave the trump card. She didn't show up. She didn't show up. And she said, good luck. She pretty much told them good luck because there's no reunion without me. And then she dropped her fabulous video of her dress. Okay.
That went viral. Okay.
There you go. Boom.
Yes. Boom. Well, I'm gonna give it a 6. It was a little bit better than last week's for sure. So I'm gonna give it a 6. Stephanie is giving it a 4. Emmanuel is giving it a 3 out of 10. No Brit, no reunion. K Mocha is giving it a 4.5. Nita is giving it a 2. Forever 21 is giving it a 6. Ocean Dreaming is giving it a 6 just because they black. Okay, girl. That part.
Shout out to Ocean. She doing that. Ain't even Black History Month. It ain't even Black History Month.
Yes. Very lackluster reunion is a 4 for Lady Lily. Katrina is giving it a 3 because Junebug didn't have to defend himself for a lot. Raheem is giving it a 1 out of 10. Ooh, Raheem, not a 1.
Raheem being rough.
Listen. Tough love is needed sometimes. But yes, that has been our recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Part 2 of Season 16. Diva, we are at the end. We got one more episode.
Praise the Lord.
Listen.
What are we recapping after once this?
Tonight, Jackie and her daughter are going to have a physical altercation on Basketball Wives. I don't know if y'all have been seeing on social media. I have seen a little bit of it, not really paying much attention to it, but I have seen, because to me this is just really sad to be on TV, with your children, especially, and not to bring up down moments, but especially after this moment that we've seen with Malcolm Jamal Warner, him no longer being here, this whole situation. Luckily Jamie Foxx was able to survive his unfortunate mishap, but it's sad when people have children and their parents, and we going back and forth for what? Like, let's heal and move on. It's really sad, but yes, catch that on Basketball Wives. Maybe I'll do a little short about it. Maybe, I don't know.
Now, Royaire, let me just show this to you before we close out. Now that Diddy got off of Rico, anybody that come after him, they better just be prepared to spend their life in prison. I don't know this particular rapper, but Atlanta rapper Cash. Oh darn it! Let me this Tasha K thing. But Atlanta rapper, his name is Cash Out. Mm-hmm. He got sentenced to life in prison for Rico charges. And the girlfriend is getting darn near 30 years or something like that. I may have to dig more into this story to and maybe do it tonight. But Atlanta rapper Cash Out has officially been sentenced to life in prison plus 70 years after. I mean, so what are they going to do? Yeah. They're going to bury you in a prison. So when you die, you're going to be locked up. Your coffin going to be locked up in a prison 70 years after. Okay. After being convicted of sex trafficking, Rico, and multiple other charges, and it didn't stop there. His mother was also sentenced to good God. This sounds like this could have been Diddy and his mama. You know what?
The whole family.
I'm gonna say this because we family here, because the people swear I just want Diddy to be free and he's a monster, whatever the case may be. But if Diddy and Mama Combs would have got locked up for life, I would have fell out for Mama Combs. She in her 80s. So listen, so his mother was also sentenced to 30 years for her role in the alleged role in the criminal operation. Before sentencing, Cash Out claimed the victims were lying and said they had no heart. Not they had no heart, sir. Sir, I don't listen. Wait, hold on.
Thanks to them. Before these dates, you can go on my Instagram and see these women enjoying themselves, having their own things, living their own life. Before these dates, I can say you had these women that never had anything to say about me before this indictment, before the RICO. You had these women actually talking to me while I was incarcerated. You have no heart. You have no heart. And I know people want me to stay in line or walk a toe, but when you speaking something truthfully and you speaking from the heart, and you know that this is not your character, something must be said. No one.
Child, I'm gonna have to dig up in the story.
This is messy. What is going on in our world?
He said they ain't got no heart. Well, you got a whole life sentence.
Plus 70 years.
Yo, that judge was wild.
Trash, complete trash. Like, just trash. Like, they go outlive life. Like, go away from me with this Apollo, please. Like, goodness gracious.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Well, listen, y'all. We appreciate y'all for joining us. We have been live on both channels. Make sure you hit the like button on Chronicles of the Gray Haired Diva, and make sure you subscribe and do the same for Royaire's World as well. This week, what did I say earlier, girl? We are going to recap episode 7 of Next Gen NYC. We're going to do that on Wednesday. So join us for that. And then episode 8 will drop on Tuesday night. So we'll get episode 8 in as well sometime this week. It's the summertime. Y'all know I'll be outside enjoying. For those of you who've been around long enough to know, I'll be outside in the summer. So once the summer months roll out, we'll be back more consistent again as we have been here recently. But yes, join Diva tonight, 8 p.m. for trending topics.
8 something.
8 something, yes, 8 something. And I think that's it, girl. I'm so tired.
Don't worry. You did it. Don't worry. Thank you, boo. Love you. Listen, y'all know we here. We do our recaps together. Oh, listen, if y'all got any ideas, because Royaire and I are gonna do some type of combined intro. So that when we do our shows together, we have a combined intro, we have a combined outro. Because you know, we the auntie and nephew of YouTube. That's what we gonna claim.
Period.
Well, listen, y'all. Good night. Goodbye, everybody. Hit the like button.
Good night.